Yeah, when I'm going to ask about this toughest stage that you raced in, but I'm assuming that varies per rider. Like a stage might be tougher than another stage. But for you, what was the toughest stage in the Tour de France?
I always really struggled in those big, long mountains.
Yep.
And particularly if you were suffering any kind of illness or trying to get over any kind of adversity throughout the stage, it made those stages really tough. Over 3 weeks of racing, when you're at the peak of your form, often you get sick. It's really easy to get sick, in fact. So I don't think I ever got through a 3-week stage race without getting sick at some stage.
Really?
So if you're dealing with some kind of sickness and you've got a really tough stage to get through, that can be a really challenging day on the bike. I recall days where I'd had some kind of stomach bug, so I wasn't able to keep any foods down, so constantly throwing up on the bike.
Oh.
So then you're depleted of energy and you're getting dehydrated. So you can't put out any power and you're literally just putting one foot in front of the other, pedaling just to try and survive the stage. So often the toughest stages are not simply due to the parkour in front of you. It's due to your physical condition on the day.
And does that sickness occur from just repeat long bike riding in a row? Like, is that the main reason why you reckon riders would get sick?
Well, when you're so close to your peak form, you're often quite susceptible to picking up bugs. You're running so lean. You have very, very, very little body fat. So you only might just get a sniff it over a cold day and you'll pick up a cold. It might turn into a chest infection, which will affect your breathing, that sort of thing. So it's not just because you're working hard every single day. You're also surrounded by hundreds of thousands of people every day from the roadside, so it's easy to pick up any kind of bugs. So there's so many influencing factors there.
Yeah. What's the elevation gain that we look at those big mountainous stages? Like, how high are we riding up to?
So the highest pass in the Tour de France, I think it is the Glibier at 2,800 metres.
Yeah, right. So you'll see the thin, does it get hard to breathe with the thin air at that height? Or
very much. So, no, 2,800 metres is a bit of a stretch. I think it's about 2,500 metres. But yeah, you really notice the elevation and the altitude and the thin air, the less oxygen in the air. So you'll be pushing as hard as you can. Your heart rate will be really high and you just can't put out the power that you can at sea level. So yeah, I used to struggle in the high altitude as well, so that makes those big mountain days even harder.
Yeah, well, the highest point in Australia's Kosciuszko with that's only a bit over 2,000 metres, isn't it?
Yeah, and you can imagine these roads go over much higher than that with bitumen.
Yeah, exactly. And then doing that for, how long was those stages? Like, how long were you riding for?
Oh, up to 7 hours some days on those big mountain stages.
Over 200K.
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
And then,
in excess of 200 kilometres.